Welcome to this Getting Started with Care Control Medication video. This video is about 5 minutes long and it will give you an overview of how this system works. As with all systems created by Care Control, its origins stem from a care home and the challenges of trying to manage the medication process. Before we look at the system, let's just review some statistics. As you can see on the screen, even with a small 23-bedded care home, the level of medication management is significant. Over just a 4-week period, 5,970 Marshie entries were required, with 3,227 topical cream entries. One mistake on any of these marsh sheets could lead to CQC classifying the home as unsafe. It is because of this level of activity that care homes need an electronic system to help manage the medication process. As you can see on the screen, there are a number of reasons why we feel Care Control medication is a much better alternative than paper-based marsh sheets. When you first access Care Control medication, you will be presented with a PIN screen. All care staff who are going to use Care Control medication will have a 4-digit PIN password assigned. Enter your PIN number and you will load the home screen for Care Control medication. This is the home screen for Care Control medication. On the right is shown any administration tasks. These are based on the prescription schedules that have been loaded into the system. They are currently an amber light, which means they are now due for administration. If they turn to a red cross, this means that administration task is overdue or late. To action these alerts, you simply touch the alert next to the resident you want to administer the medication to. In this example, we will touch the alert next to Jill Johnson. The next screen that loads is the administration schedule for Jill Johnson. As you can see on this screen, the first stage of the screen, called Schedule Medication, lists all the medication that is an amber light and is due to be administered now. To dispense a medication, you simply click on the green Dispense Medicine icon. This removes it from this list and places it into this virtual dispensing pot in the bottom right hand corner. In this example, we're going to dispense all the medication that's outstanding except the controlled drug medication. Normally, the controlled drug medication cannot be multi-dispensed and so has to be dealt with separately. This medication has a variable dose of 1 to 2 tablets. When we click the green item, we get a box that asks us to confirm how many of those tablets are we going to dispense. Continue dispensing the medication. And now, when we click on our virtual dispensing pot at the bottom right hand corner, you will see listed all the medication that we're going to administer. Okay, we have all our medication ready to administer. We now simply touch the button on the bottom right hand corner to say that we're going to go and try to administer this medication to the resident. Now the system now prompts you to physically go and administer the medication to the resident, and it waits in this screen mode for a response. And there is no way of getting out of this screen. You have to give a response against each of the medications that you've taken to the resident. On this screen we can enter a response for all medicines by clicking on the top drop-down box and touching Administered. However, in this example, the loperamide is actually a PRN, and so we're actually going to mark the loperamide as not required on this occasion. We're happy with all our responses we've entered. We simply select Touch to save responses, and that is the administration cycle finished. The final item that we need to administer for this particular resident is a controlled drug. To administer this medication, you do the same process. We're going to click on the green item to place the medication into our dispensing pot, but a warning will come up explaining that you cannot multi-dispense this item with any other medication. I'm then going to click on the dispensing pot, And this example, this particular controlled drug requires 2 people to sign that they are administering it correctly. And so on this screen it is now prompting for an additional PIN number of another staff member. If a staff member then enters another PIN, we have a second staff member who is able to administer this medication together. And then we simply click touch here to continue to complete the administration process. In this particular example, this is a medication patch, and so we have to mark on the body map where the patch is going to be has been placed. And we have to complete the process by selecting an administration comment, and then we can finally save this record. The final area that we're going to look at as part of this Getting Started with Care Control Medication video is the service user's EMAR. The electronic version of the MAR sheets can be accessed via this item here. When you touch on this button, you then get a list of residents shown. If we select our resident Jill Johnson, it will load the electronic MAR sheet for this particular resident. As you can see, this MAR sheet is not particularly in any good shape. We've got a lot of red crosses which indicate that medication has been missed. We've also got a lot of medication that has been started and stopped. However, if we look down at our particular date here, and you can see the initials that have been entered, if we click on any of these entries, it will give us the exact date and time that the medication was administered. We can also click on the left hand side where it says the I for information, and here we can get a lot more information about the prescription that has been loaded, including details about the medication itself, about the stock levels and how the stock has been used up to now. If we scroll down to the bottom of this MAR sheet to our controlled drug, that's an all-day drug. Again, if we click on the item where it says CD, we'll get information about that particular medication. If we click next to the item where it says body map, we then get loaded the body map that we previously used. And finally, if you want to print your electronic MAR sheet, you can do by clicking on options, and here you have an option to print the EMAR. That completes the Getting Started with Care Control Medication video. There are many more videos specifically regarding the functionality of the system which you can watch via your iPad or on the internet. Thank you.